What I'm going to be doing here is playing some Pantheon. I'm going to wind up actually buying a longsword and a health potion. It's pretty standard starting for a carry path. I'm also going to be going mid because we have a jungler and I can't 2v1 Pantheon. So basically early game 1v1 in mid, I'm going to try to harass as much as possible. I actually picked up Flash and Clarity. Definitely going to try to use that to my advantage early game and hopefully get first blood. We'll see what happens. Now, basically, almost right away, I start to get some early harassing. Using Spear Throw, you should definitely level that first. Especially if you don't have a lane partner, it's your best harassing ability there is, and it does a shit ton of damage. Your skill order is basically going to be Q, W, E, and then you level E all the way to ulti. After that, you want to definitely go back to leveling your E ability and your Spear Throw, and leaving W at level 1 until later in the game. Now, you actually saw me come pretty close to killing her. She wasn't playing very smart there, and I wound up also losing a bunch of life, and fortunately she has lifesteal and I don't, and that's going to wind up being a problem for me here in a second, but I'm pretty good at juking her skill shots, and she's pretty bad at hitting them, so I'm able to stay in the lane and still get my last hits and my farm. Most of the time you're going to see me here playing sort of a meta game, I guess you'd call it, where I click like I'm going to play aggressive and definitely posture like I'm going to attack her to stop her from gaining health through lifesteal. It's a pretty good tactic because, to be honest, most people are definitely afraid of Pantheon, especially in its early game. I'm back for a little bit here and I play it pretty safe. I think that she's getting a little cocky and she notices her lifesteal is actually healing her up. But every time that she moves up, I make her pay for it, and that's basically what you have to do. You have to make them count. If you don't make them count with Pantheon, you're just going to feed the entire game. You're actually going to start to notice a kind of pattern when I harass and do my like cute combo that Pantheon has. And it's going to be the story of your life if you decide to play Pantheon often. He can't really seem to finish off a hero in the early game. It's just really hard and you have to play stupid aggressive most of the time. You can get lucky once you hit level 6 and plan a really good ult. And you're actually going to see an example of that coming up here in a second. I hit level 6 and I know what I should do. She's at low life and there's no way she's going to be able to react in time, and make sure to get behind her and cut her off and just finish her up with the 2-hit combo that Pantheon's so known for. And that's why you definitely level up Heartseeker first. Your E ability, it does a ridiculous amount of damage, also helps with your farm, as you can see there. It's just really a great utility that Pantheon has in his belt. I'm now going to buy a Sword of the Occult because I can already feel that I'm becoming Imba with my massive longsword and health potion. And I figure I'm going to get a few more of those kills because the person that I'm playing against in mid right now is not very good. And you'll see an example of that right here. Again, she's playing stupid aggressive. I don't yet have the actual power to get her dangerously low, even when she fails to realize how bad she can get shit on. I actually tried to blink, try to get the kill, and once again, I think this is like the 4th time now that I actually get her down to about 10 HP or whatever that winds up being, basically in a default attack. And I just send her back to base, and that's the best I can do right now, which is good. I'll keep her at bay. I can get my farm on. I'm going to start paying more attention to the map now that my ulti is up, and hopefully start ganking. Definitely like to put myself in really good situations. There's actually a little bit of a scuffle going on down here, and I have a feeling that he's going to port out, and I see it happening, so I ulti, and my ulti is quicker than her port, and I get the kill here. I block the first tower hit, and get hit once by the tower, and I'm out. Nice little amount of gold for me to start, and definitely start getting stacks on the sword. There's still some fighting going on down here, and I see that Tryndamere is pretty easy kill. I'll have to go into the bush, and just throw a little spear at him. A little spear chucking action going on. And pick up the 300 gold easy. Xin Zhao might have been able to get that one, but I didn't know him, and I wasn't going to risk it. And, like I told you, I want to get the stacks on the Sword of the Occult. It's about a 900 gold investment, and can yield 100 attack damage, and if you get up to 20 stacks, it actually gives you a 15% movement speed, and that also helps with Pantheon, because, like I said earlier, it seems almost impossible to get that finishing hit off. Every hero seems to just have enough HP to get away. Unfortunately for Twin Lotus, that was not the case. He overstayed his welcome. Definitely shouldn't have played that game. I actually, in this game, have one of my friends, the guy playing Nunu bottom. I think he's like a level 4. He has really never played a game like this before. He's never been into the MOBA genre. And I think I gave him a pretty good tip. Told him that when he's playing the game, he should think about himself as Forrest Whitaker, where one eye is looking off at his mini-map, and the other eye is looking at his main screen on his character. And that really doesn't ring true for any character more than Pantheon. That's basically the entire idea of Pantheon, is to have your eyes on your mini-map, ready to assist in any possible team fight or to counter gank, which I actually wind up doing quite a bunch in this game. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to where the match starts to get kind of interesting, so you can see some of the styles and tactics that are used in group fighting, and the kind of almost bait strategy that Pantheon uses. Doesn't necessarily mean you're baiting your teammates, you could actually just be baiting yourself. He has an amazing ability to get in and out of a fight constantly, and you definitely want to exploit that to the fullest. There you saw my teammate getting greedy. He got the kill, and I actually I'm actually not a fan of doing the one-for-one trades. I'm a pretty aggressive player, but I really don't see a point of giving the team money just to get yourself money. Also not quite sure why that Blitzcrank would have possibly ever stayed there. In that case, it was quite obvious that we were danger bushing, and he definitely should have been aware of that. You actually see me finish off my Brutalizer there. Gives you some nice attack damage and armor penetration, and I poured in for a pretty ballsy ultimate 2v1, but I just definitely don't want them to get hits on my tower in mid, and it makes me look bad. And don't really want to give the entire team a shit ton of gold either. That's my friend that I was talking about earlier, level 4, and he basically has no clue what he's doing. So I wasn't too confident about getting that kill there, but I wound up picking up it anyway. We see that other player going through the river. Some good wards going on. There's a lot of action here. We're surrounded on both sides. But we wound up isolating one of the players, Blitzcrank, Nunu, the level 4, gets an amazing ulti. I get a nice KS there, and we almost tower dive Tryndamere, but realized it's not worth it because Endless Rage is absolutely fucking retarded. And I lingered longer than I should have, and got sniped because of it. And I am also terrible and not used to that hero, I could have actually blocked that shot with my friend Nunu. He had plenty of health to take the damage for me. It only hits champions, and it can be quite tricky to get somebody to stand still in front of you long enough to actually prevent damage. I see some action going on here in middle, and I talk about the counter gank, and that's exactly what goes on here, putting a shit ton of damage on Blitzcrank. I don't get the kill, but one of my friends that's in the game actually does. Again, someone gets away with 1 HP, but the gank was stopped on our team, and we actually prevented losing anybody in that fight. And we pick up, I think we pick up 2 kills here, possibly 3. I think we may, actually I think I get this Trendemir as well. I can't believe I actually get him. He puts exhaust on me. I use Heartseeker, get the kill, and get killed in the process. But I'll take 3 to 1 any day of the week. You see me here looking for the BF sword, Beast sword. Actually, I like to stack BF swords. To be honest, you could actually look at the build I use on Mobifier. There's actually a really good build. I think it's like the 2nd rated one on there under the hybrid build for Pantheon, where it's basically the items I have now and 3 bloodthirsters. You get the 3 BF swords first, and then turn them into bloodthirsters as you go along. You don't have a lot of HP, but you're kind of like the glass cannon, and I like to think of Pantheon as a counter ganker, which is exactly what goes on here as I poured in with my ulti. I think I get a double kill there, and I even believe I kill this Blitzcrank in the process. For some reason, he thinks he's just going to keep running, and that's just not going to fly. I chase him all the way here. That's pretty ridiculous. I don't really recommend chasing that far, but we just wiped their team, and I had basically no chance of dying versus that particular Blitzcrank. So I went for the kill, and I got it. Worked out that time. So I ported back to base, and they got into a fight without me, and I'm trying to get there as quick as possible, and it's looking pretty grim, but there's a good combination of ultis going on here, but it seems like they're not able to finish anybody. This is why you don't give up on your team and assume they're going to lose. I walk in here and get a double kill on those 2, and Trendemir is doing an excellent job of cleaning up, but I just sit here, tank his Endless Rage, and eventually he goes down as well, getting me the ace. It's actually a pretty excellent team fight that goes on here. A little baiting on my part, as you'll see. I was really confused where someone went. I didn't realize they died. It was just overall confusing. I figured there was more, but I decided to jump on her real quick. Nunu gets an excellent ulti off. That's where I get confused, and I'm like, where the fuck is she at? I'm still throwing spears as often as I can. I fall back to my team. Malphite goes in, does some work. He gets a kill. I wind up picking up a kill on Blitz. He's an excellent case of playing proper and predicting with Pantheon. I actually should have predicted slightly more, but no matter what, I still get this kill. And finish up again for almost complete team wipe. The only exception really being this Trendemir again. Clean up King. He's gonna of course pop Endless Rage. I stay out of range that time, and I almost die because it looked like it was in the bush there, but it actually wasn't. When he poured it over to me, I was actually surprised that I couldn't see him, and almost got me killed. But still wound up picking up the kill for yet again another ace. I get my 3rd BF sword. Like I said, I'm going to turn those into bloodthirsters. Basically, the whole idea of the character is just to constantly snowball, because once you start getting farmed, it seems to never stop with Pantheon. the guy just hovered over that and had something like 400 attack damage. Pretty much nobody's going to survive. But you see another excellent ganking opportunity here as I lie in wait and let the two tanks just kind of bait for us, waiting for everybody to get there. As you can see, I'm converging on the map. Blitzcrank is lost. It has no clue that we did Dragon like 5 freaking minutes ago. And we have excellent ward placement, and we see exactly where they're going. We decide, though, to danger bush. I think that maybe they might be hiding in this bush over here. Unfortunately, I was incorrect. I said just get trapped. But doesn't really matter. I get on Jax, I do a lot of damage to him, a lot more than I thought I was going to do. Malphite once again goes in, does his little combo. Level 4 Orchidin gets a kill. We're chasing down the team now. They're just perpetually slowed, and they just have no chance, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up here. As you can see, the Heartseeker just does a shit ton of damage, and I think, again, I get a double kill there, but I'm not sure. Nope, Fury gets the other one. I tank this tower. They're all dead, and we're going to try to not push their base. This is basically GG. Now we just have to go through the motions. They really don't have any heroes that we're scared of, and they just seem, we just outcomp them, really. Jax, for whatever reason, tries to kill me. I jump on him with W, and Heartseeker Strike and get the kill on him. It was a noble effort by him, but did not work out. I let my team finish off the tower, and I port back as the other heroes are about to be up. And we get the tower down. Unfortunately, I don't think we get the inhibitor right now, but that's coming soon. Here, once again, we're trying to provoke another attack. Me and the Sivir are going to Danger Bush over by their red buff. That's not even up, and we're baiting with Malphite, who has a shit ton of armor and just basically can't die. They think they're ganking him, but indeed they're actually the ones getting ganked. The only unfortunate part about Pantheon really seems to be versus Tryndamere. Most Tryndamers just stack a retarded amount of damage because they have endless rage, and my Heartseeker Strike, even though I'm not targeting them specifically, usually gets them down to 0 HP, and it just gets ridiculous, the amount of damage they can put out, and he gets me low and actually kills me there, unfortunately. He doesn't kill me, Jax actually finishes me off, but he does the majority of the damage. Doesn't really matter, though. Once again, we wipe their team, we're taking another tower, and this is going to GG right here. Please check the video details for my masteries and my rune page. They'll be posted there in links. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, please send them, and I'll try to reply. This was Peaks with a guide on how to play carry Pantheon in League of Legends. Thanks for watching.